everyone knows the facts of the case. Everybody knows what had happened to Trayvon Martin. Trayvon Martin was walking in a gated community in Florida where his father lived. He went to the shop, he bought a packet of Skittles and a bottle of iced tea. On the way back, a grown man who was in his car saw Trayvon Martin and decided that he looked suspicious. And basically the end of it is that he ended up shooting Trayvon Martin in his chest, and Trayvon Martin died. His body lay in the morgue for 3 days. And they tested him for drugs, they tested him for alcohol. Nobody tested his killer for anything. And he got away with it by using a law that they have in Florida, which is a stand your ground law. What we wonder in the UK is what a lot of people in the US are wondering. How can a man that pursues a child, who gets out of a car, who's told to stop following him, how could he feel that he was so threatened by him? And more frightening than that, how does it seem that the Florida police have accepted that? And everybody in the UK knows that that happens. We've had cases of that over here. So today we protest not just for Trayvon, but we are here protesting for every black man and boy who's been killed wrongfully, both in and out of police custody, imprisoned, under psychiatric care, on remand, and those who are regularly stopped and searched due to their ethnicity. We protest in order to remember the not enough evidence to prosecute, the open verdict cases, the so-called accidental deaths or deaths by misadventures, the unsolved, the verdicts unknown, the so-called self-inflicted and faked suicides. We are standing here today for all the families who must suffer the injustice, and we are protesting for their protection. There's a more personal reason that I am here today. I'm here for him. This is my son. Turn your head. He's even got my name on him. My son is a young black man. My son is a rugby player. He plays county level rugby. My son is an intelligent child. He's at top of the class in every single subject. I don't want anybody to think that my son looks suspicious. As we know, those with black children, you know when they're small, everybody's so happy to say how they're cute. When we've got our little kids, we've got our little sons, they've got their little chubby cheeks, everyone's grabbing them thinking they look like something out of, you know, Different Strokes, going, what are you talking about? Somewhere between the age of 12 and 18, all of a sudden our sons become a threat. They are still the same people. I don't understand why they have to suffer in this way. I want my son to have a chance at life. I want him to be able to get on with things. I want him to be able to play the sports he wants to play. If this carries on, my son could be next. I don't want, if my son is allowed to live his life, my son could be playing rugby for England in 10 years' time. I don't want anyone to cut his life short. So basically, I thank you all for coming. I really, really do appreciate it. I hope that the Martin family know as well that we stand in solidarity with them. I'd just like to read you a couple of messages that I was given to read out today. I work with an organisation called Show Racism the Red Card, and through this organisation is how I met Stephen Lawrence's mum. As we all know the case of Stephen Lawrence here. Stephen Lawrence's mother wanted this message sent to Trayvon's mother, and I'm here to read it to you today. I wish to pass on my condolences to the family of Trayvon Martin for the untimely death of their son. I too had my son Stephen Lawrence taken away from us in an unprovoked racist attack in April '93. It took over 18 years of campaigning to get justice. The police and justice system proved their racist behaviour towards my family. Because my son was black and his perpetrators were 5 white men. I will keep your family in my prayers, and I hope that you get justice for your son Trayvon. Love from Doreen Lawrence. This next message came from a fellow patron of Show Racism the Red Card and another comedian, Kevin Day. He wrote, "It beggars belief that in a country that calls itself the greatest democracy in the world, a man can gun down an innocent child and take refuge in a law that allows such a ludicrous claim of self-defense. I fully support the campaign to bring the killer of Trayvon in front of a judge and jury and to stand trial for his wicked crime. It is..." Oh, that's just the one from Kevin, sorry. That was from Kevin Day. This last one is from Brendan Batson, MBE. As we all know, he's a former football player. He said, "It is right that we should all seek justice for Trayvon Martin for the senseless taking of his life. We should all be horrified at the lack of action by the police authorities to properly investigate this killing and condemn their stance in hiding behind the stand your ground laws. Justice must prevail." I'm going to hand over to other speakers now, but before I go, there was a very disturbing case that has been reported yesterday in The Guardian, where a police officer was filmed calling black man a nigger and boasting about strangling black men. This officer is not going to be prosecuted. So I'll just say this to you today. This is going to be the first of many protests. I'm going to call you guys out again and again and again and again. So until something's done about this, we need to protest. We need to get that policeman off the street before he kills one of our sons.
Yes.
It's absolutely outrageous that nothing is being done about this. So no justice, no peace.